Hello, this is Delamere and welcome to another repair video. In this video, we're looking at this screen. Now, this screen might be a bit familiar to any of you that may have watched the other video of this iPad Mini 5. The screen, I had it all installed, and at the bottom, it wouldn't sit flat for some reason. The only thing I can think of was that maybe there was an issue with the screen itself, maybe slightly warped or something, or not properly stuck down. So I thought instead I'm going to return it. Clearly I'm going to be returning it. But I was thinking as well, why don't I try refurbishing this screen? The screen is about $100, and I was planning to sell it on eBay for maybe around 15 to 20 bucks, which would have been nice. But I'm thinking, what if I could repair it? So that's what I'm going to do. I am going to try repairing it. So it is a bit of labor involved in this process, and it does require some somewhat special tools, such as a heating. I don't need to just have a heating mat. What I've been using, I call it a heating mat. It's not. Is a heating. I'm not sure what you call it. It has a suction capability. Let me show you. Well, here we are. This is the device I'm talking about. I really don't know what to call it. It just says screen separator on the side. You can see all those little holes. So I'm going to be turning this on. It needs to come up to temperature. But what it does is it sucks down on the screen. And there's a little button for it that I can push that allows it to fix it really strongly to it. Like, watch. See? I don't even need to leave it in place. It is solid on there. It is very, very solid on there. Eventually you can wiggle it free, but that in general is just, I find that very cool. So I could leave it on just perpetually while I work on it. In this occasion, I just want to let this come up to temperature first, then we can use the suction. It just allows me to get the screen off more easily. And there is some different devices that I've got that I can use. You can use wire to separate it. It's a very thin piece of steel wire. What I like to use is, I've only used this once for its intended purpose. Straight up, I'm just saying it as it is. I've been using it mostly to separate screens from phones, and it's worked very well for that, just because the metal is so darn thin. It works great that way. But if I'm going to use this for its intended purpose, I need to bend up some corners, because otherwise it's going to be gouging its way into the screen, and you can't have that. But this is what is used. I don't even remember what website that I got this off of. I was watching a YouTube video on how to refurbish a screen, and I failed terribly. I tore it. The screen was, the sides, you know, I think it was the Samsung Galaxy S9. They've got a curved screen, just like the S10 had a curved screen. Unfortunate and frustrating. Whatever. Anyways, I'm going to try to use this for its intended purpose once again. Okay, it should be up to temperature now. I've got it about 90 degrees Celsius. I'm thinking I'm going to just decrease the temperature a little bit just in case. And I really don't know how well this is going to work out. I've never done this before. There is some stuff, some tape here and there that I need to get underneath. Can I get underneath that in advance? It's just this right here. Looks like I can. Now, I don't actually have the new digitizer for this. What I'm doing this for is because I want to see whether or not I can do it. And if I can successfully remove the cracked digitizer, that will strongly indicate to me that I'll be good to go and I can buy it. But if I fail in the process, I'm not going to have a part lying around my shop that I'll have to return to my parts provider. So that's where my head is at. Now, the sides aren't actually taped. They don't know about the bottom. So let's get this started. I really don't know how this is going to go. It's not fully, like, evenly set either. Don't like that loud noise. So I'm going to let it heat up some. And then I'm going to start working away at this. Now, I'm not going to have it up like this. I need it to curl downwards. hence the curl to it. And I want it to point downwards towards the digitizer so that the screen does not get damaged. I sure hope this works. I'm gonna flip it on its side some. It's already lost its suction. Maybe I should just leave it on. Right there in that corner, I'm under. Just trying to be really careful. Now you might wonder why I'm not using alcohol just yet. From my experience, it doesn't always work out so well with alcohol. I just want to get this started first. And then once I'm in, then I can worry about getting farther in with some alcohol to lubricate. I'm really nervous about getting alcohol in. I've seen what happens with screens that get alcohol in underneath the digitizer, and it just destroys them. So that's why I'm a bit nervous about using alcohol. You can see how well it works though when you put a little dab there in. I'm gonna pull it out. We're just gonna keep at this. I'm turning it off the heater just because the screen has gotten really warm, and I really am trying every opportunity to make this successful, and the screen is just really hot. Well, I've been at it for a while, not slowly having this sitting there, but this is what I've got so far, and I believe that I've got it separated, at least this chunk. It's not completely agreeing with me at this point. I've been trying to get it to separate away. I'm a bit worried that I may have destroyed the screen regardless, just because I was pressing my chest up against this section, which is where the ribbon cable is for the screen. So that's got me nervous. Oh, no, actually that crack goes all the way down here. So although I've got this all worked, all I'm doing is I'm just pressing downwards. I'm going in there. I've been using this side more than I've been using this side. This side's okay, it's just... it could be better. But yeah, all you do is you push in, you wiggle it around, you make a gap, and then when you've done that, then you go in from the sides of them, and I'm just cutting slowly through that edge. Oh, sticky it is. The reason why I'm using this side now is just because it's a smaller area. I guess I could use this, go back to this side, just because like that section right there I can fiddle my way into, at least for now. And that might make it a little easier. I could dribble some more in. But that's really all I'm doing. It's just going over this section over and over and over again and slowly whittling my way through. If I can get this done without actually breaking the screen or digging into a section of the screen, I might be willing to do this on phones in the future. Well, that was quite the adventure. I discovered that this is this cable along here, most likely that's the digitizer. So also I noticed that with this side right here, I was cutting through not the between the screen and the glass, but the digitizer in the glass, which wasn't good. It caused me a lot of annoyance, more or less. So I had to go back through it, and I'm pretty sure, it's just everywhere. I do not think I'm gonna do this again, at least not for not for a tablet. I don't believe it's worth the time. And there it is. I think that's separated. I don't really know what areas need to be separated. It looks like there's like a cable right across here that needs to be peeled off. There we go. All right. What's this? Oh, I hope that wasn't... That's been torn. Oh. Oh, I hope that's not important. I hope that's just shielding or something. I mean, I can plug it in right away and I'll be able to tell whether or not I messed up. I'm just wondering if I just scratched the absolute hell out of this screen. I've got enough gunk in my hands. I'm gonna get this out of the way. I may as well experiment with this, do my best with it. I gotta get new gloves. This is just really bothering me. I also am gonna use some alcohol and just coat that thoroughly and wash it, because I do use that little piece of metal a lot. I think maybe in the future I might try using the wire instead, at least for this type of a screen, just simply because I think that at least for this kind, it's just too big of a screen, and the possibility of damage from using this little piece of metal is just way too high. I just want to see, like, this is the method that you're supposed to use to get the glue off. I just want to see how well this works. It looks like it works very well. I am going to have to use the longer one. I do have another one for this. I do have another, like a longer piece of metal that's a lot less stiff. This is great for working on phones. I don't think it's as good for working on screens. I think along here I've actually just straight up scratched the absolute snot out of the screen right there. I might be wrong, but I think I have. I think I've scratched it and scratched it very bad. All along here. Right there though, like, I perfectly separated the screen right there. I don't even know how that was possible. So I've gotten the majority of the glue off. So all I'm doing now is I'm applying a lot of isopropyl alcohol, and I'm just spreading it across the whole surface. That's just going to help loosen up the existing glue. And the rest of this I think I'm going to use on my equipment to clean this up, because it's just everywhere. And just start wiping it away. I really should stop like at this point, because I don't know if the screen works. I'm really concerned about this bottom corner right here. I don't know if I've broken something important, or if it's just, as I said before, a little chunk of shielding. I'm mostly doing this at this point for only one purpose: learning. I am wanting to learn. What best way to learn than to work on something that doesn't have an immense amount of loss in value? Okay, I kind of given up. All I want to know at this point, like, I can see quite clearly that there's tiny little scratches all over the screen. Okay, we're going to plug it in and just see how this goes. There we go. Power in. See if this works. Yeah, it's this. This right here, it's definitely broken the screen. It looks like I also caused some damage. You can see some bleeding right here and here. And there's like I saw something else somewhere else. I guess I was pretty rough when I was working on it with this. You just get to a point, at least with this thing, I was getting extremely frustrated. So what I'm thinking I might do in the future is definitely use that steel wire and see if that does a better job. So did it work? No. No, it did not. It definitely did not work. Turn it on as much as I want, it's not doing a darn thing. Oh, well, look at that, it is. Okay, that was just a glitch. Obviously, this is not a touch screen. Alright, well, there we have it. That's as far as I'm going. So, if you like this really janky video, guys, sometimes I just fail badly. If you guys like the video, please do leave a like, and if you want to see more of my stuff, subscribe. We'll see you guys all in another video. Bye.